Welcome to verifiedinvesting.com. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the market movers. A couple different things that a lot of people aren't necessarily taking a look at. And that's the USO as well as the 10-year yield. So I'm going to go into a couple of those charts as well as some of the biggest movers to the upside and some players that are a little bit weaker. So the first one we're going to go into is the 10 or the USO. Here's an upsloping trend line. Connect this pivot low here. Here's a secondary or third hit right here. What I did, because I had additional price information, was I readjusted this trend line. Originally, I had it at this low pivot point, but because we had this pivot right here before a bounce, I actually readjusted it to connect this pivot low. And then this tail on this candle was basically a primary breakthrough, but then it got saved. And so this is the upsloping trend line on the chart of USO. You notice how it did test 3 times and then finally broke. This was actually the 4th hit of this trend line. There's about a 50% chance of a trend line breaking on the 4th hit. In this situation, it actually broke through, never came back and retested it. And now we're going further to the downside. So USO is moving quite considerably lower. Right here is this pivot top that USO at $124.11 should catch a nice bounce. When it does break that level, though, you have this gap in the charts sitting at about $116.12. This is your next line in the sand. Once this 124.11 line area breaks, then 116.12 is your next level of support. If it does start breaking below that, this is going to be on the news that there is a deal with Iran. They're going to open the Strait of Hormuz. And then all of a sudden, the price action of oil should continue even lower. But in the meantime, no deal has really been struck. And this is why we're having this sell-off, because the markets are anticipating there being a deal in the coming days, possibly even within a week or so. And so they're pricing that into the price of oil right now, as you can see with USO. If there's news of another attack, or all of a sudden Trump doesn't like this deal, then all of a sudden that support level, or that initial support level at that pivot top, is going to catch a solid bounce. And then all of a sudden we're going to drive quite a bit higher. What I would like to see is a retag of that upsloping trend line break. If it can break through $138.68, then what we're looking at is about $145 for a retrace. And this is your shortable level on the chart of USO. Now let's take a look at the 10-year yield. So here's the US 10-year chart. Pivot low, secondary hit, third hit. Right now, we are actually consolidating. This is only a couple days of consolidation, but consolidating right on this upsloping trend line. So if we can consolidate on this, maybe get up a little bit higher, pierce this basically $4 or 4.45 or 48% on the 10-year yield, then all of a sudden it's starting to create a bear flag. And then all of a sudden we have an opportunity for a price action or the yield prices to actually drop all the way back into about 4.348. You're going to have a ton of support, even a little bit lower. You're going to have additional support. So that's kind of my zone, all the way down to 4.280, starting at basically around this 4.383 level. So these are the levels that we're watching on the 10-year yield. The stock market loves interest rates being lower. They love the 10-year yield being lower. This takes people out of the 10-year yield and gets it back into the stock market. People are going to, as it drops, then the price action of the stock market continue higher. Taking a look at a stock that's making huge moves today. Look at Dell. Dell did have earnings. It capped price action at $240.06. In the pre-market, it actually got as high as $446. So this is up over 31% currently as the time of recording at $417.63. Now that we're above 400, I would love to see what price action does into the closing bell. If we can get a nice doji candle, this could signal more of a top with additional resistance at $446. Once it breaks above that, then we're going to come up to about 460, all the way up to about 475. That would be me for my max upside in Dell. And yes, A couple of you probably know I was bearish on Dell for quite a bit of time. Anytime earnings come out, it doesn't matter if I'm bullish or bearish, I exit trades. I've gotten caught on the wrong side of trades on earnings many, many times. So now I just stay away from them until they get overly extended one way or another. And in this case, because I would have already exited the trade, I would have minimized the amount of loss that I took. And being out of the money 30 to 40%, that's actually quite significant, especially in a stock that's already overextended. Now we're adding a considerable amount of market share or market cap to this stock, and it just doesn't really have any signs of quitting. Doji candle could at least kind of signal a top, but again, it could hit up all the way back to the pre-market highs at 446 and then head as high as 475 to 480 bucks. On the downside, I do anticipate it coming back in, at least retesting this gap in the charts at 316 bucks. And from this current price action, this would be about a 23 to 24% drawdown on Dell. I'm not trading this yet. I'm just noticing that there's potential doji candle, spinning top, whatever you want to call it, that's forming on the chart of Dell. And this could signal that it's time for the buyers to take profits and the sellers to really drive this back down. I think eventually it's going to come down to $240.06, but we have to see what happens on the back of earnings after a 3 or 4 day wait period. Because if there are a lot of people shorting, this could be a lot of short covering that's keeping the market floating. Once we get all those people out, 3 to 5 days, then we can see if it's going to continue to push up or continue to push down. But this is one of the charts that are moving the markets today. BEKE had some positive earnings today. The investors bought it and said, you know what? This is a great opportunity to get into this, drove it up. It actually went positive on the day, and now look at it. So from the highs at $50.61 all the way down, the markets are not buying the fact that people are still buying into BEKE or BKE, Buckle Incorporated. Here's where your next level of support is. This did have earnings. So similar to Dell, I'm not in this trade going into earnings. What I would like to see is it to recapture this gap in the charts. As you can see, there's a ton of price action at $44.17. Now, this is the line in the sand. Once it starts breaking below that level, I would say the next level of support would be all the way down here to $41.63. You're going to have a pretty major top right here, as well as a ton of price consolidation along this horizontal trend line, $41.63 once we break $44.17. But again, I would have to wait and see what happens in the next 3 to 5 days. We start consolidating sideways on BKE. Then all of a sudden, it's going to start putting in a bear flag. And it could signal to the bears that they're in control and drive this thing lower. So that's what I have for you. A couple things to watch for you guys. USO chart, what happens in the next few days with the war with Iran, the 10-year yield or the US 10-year, to see where price action is. We're at a third hit of this upsloping trend line, so it does favor a bounce. Now we're going to have to see what price action does on this upsloping trend line. Does it break? Continue that move to the downside into those next supports, or does it recapture that downsloping trend line and then continue up on its merry way? And then on Dell, wait a couple days before we're entering a trade for a swing trade just to see how price action settles in. And then BKE, if it can fall, this thing is going to fall rapidly. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. We'll see you guys next time on the charts. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.